In the meantime, a war looms between Telkom and the Internet Service Providers Association. That's over the fixed line company's decision not to include the organization's members in its high-speed broadband trials. Alicia Seckam earlier spoke to Communications Minister Dina Pule and asked about whether funding for other developments was in the pipeline.
We have not necessarily have made sure and do the calculations that can tell us exactly how much. Because you know what, work is happening in different areas, in the municipalities, in the provinces, at the national level, at the private level, where, you know, mobile operators also go out there and roll out infrastructure or broadband, and we do the same. Now, what we have done, we have now come up with a draft broadband strategy to make sure that it can advise us and help us as a country as to how we can then lessen the cost to communicate. But two, we now have to work up a plan, a broadband plan. What we have done, we are working with the Department of Finance, Treasury. They have just last month called a workshop to go and assess and ask questions and workshop this whole thing about the broadband to make sure that they have an idea as to how much as a country should we be investing.
Certainly when it comes to efficiencies, there's lots of commentary around wasteful expenditure as a result of poor planning, lack of planning, and so missed opportunities as well. And around the theme of missed opportunities, Telkom comes up loud and clear time and time again. There's talk now around nationalization of Telkom. Just how viable an option is that?
Now, look, I don't know where this whole thing about nationalization of Telkom coming from, because we have never as a department have said that, but we also, in our engagement with Telkom, we have never raised that. What I know is that it's people who are talking outside government that are talking about policy development and policy review, but not as a government. We have not come to that point of saying we want to nationalize. What we have done as a department and as a government up until now is that we have had to make sure that we have a team of ministers that work with me to go and look at how we can then turn around Telkom. Since the day when we said we were not going to take the offer that was made by
Let's take a look at that and you know why that offer was declined exactly. What scuppered that deal? Because many are saying we needed the expertise to use the kind of resources Telkom boasts to a greater extent and leverage off it.
Yeah, look, unfortunately, I will not be able to say why we did that, because between Telkom and KT, they signed, you know, a clause that says they're not going to divulge information. So we're not going to be able to divulge that information. However, I must say that, look, at Telkom as we speak, and even before, they had the Koreans, some of the Koreans in Telkom who were doing management work, you know, consulting for Telkom. And therefore, I think that some of the expertise that we needed and that we continue to need from outside experts, Telkom is getting from those people who are at Telkom as we speak.
Just reading some commentary out there, failed talks with KT Corporation after the government rejected the South Korean firm's 3 billion rand bid for that 20% stake in Telkom were expected to make it difficult for the company to attract international investor appetite again. Do you agree?
No, I don't think so. You know, after that, many people have consulted us. Many people. Unfortunately, again, I'm not going to be able to divulge here because we have to go to cabinet and say, you know, this is what we come up with. Many people have come out to say we are willing to come to help Telkom, and we are willing to come and partner with Telkom. And we have been looking at what people were saying and what people are presenting. Working with Telkom as a department, we are now advanced, and we think that we may be ready in the middle of September to go back to cabinet and go and present options. We now have different options on how we can then assist Telkom there, and I think immediately we submit to the to the cabinet, we'll then be able to come back and share with the country. And my take is that when we come back and share with the people of the country and even people from outside the country, is to say, please, you can comment now that we have put what we think can work for Telkom on the table, then people can comment and they can shape what we think, because Telkom is an entity for the people of South Africa.
So does splitting up assets, going complete a privatization route, unlock value, present one option?
Yes, the people have said we can go that route, but we have not said, yes, we want to go that that route. People have presented many options to us, and we're looking at those options. What I can tell you is that as an essential shareholder, we don't want to lose our shareholding, because we think Telkom is a strategic partner for us to be able to roll out broadband. Many other people, even commentators from outside the country, have said to us, you know, Minister, that entity actually has the best infrastructure that we've ever seen in the world.
Of course, it's about leveraging off it.
Exactly. So, and of course, we don't want to lose that.